Hi everybody, and welcome back to my either YouTube channel or Rumble channel, whichever one you are watching this video on. Excuse me. And in this video, I'm going to talk about Kamala Harris' recent speech, which I believe she might have given like a couple of days ago or something. I don't know when she actually gave the speech. But I did see a video where MSNBC recently covered. I only watched the clips from that speech. And I cannot believe the talking points that she's giving. And boy, does she have some nerve. So I'm going to go over these I made notes of these talking points from a speech. Talking point number 1. That's one of the memes that I see. The courage to say, I feel fear. What? What's that supposed to mean? Have you not been looking around at all these death threats against Trump and Trump supporters? And all this vandalizing Tesla property and stuff? What? What's there to be afraid of? How is it that the same people who are calling for Trump's assassination and even Elon Musk's assassination, violence against Trump supporters, and encouraging violence against Tesla property, vandalizing Tesla property, setting them on fire, pretty much terrorism, all that stuff. How are they the ones who feel fear? That does not make any sense. I mean, there's already been, last July at Butler, and then a couple months later, there's already been at least last July at Butler. There's been an assassination attempt there on Trump's life, which failed. Then a couple months later in September, a second attempt on Trump's life. Then I think in October, a third possible attempt, but they caught the guy before he could even get ready to try anything. So, and then after Trump won the 2024 election, you have people making TikTok videos openly calling for a Trump assassination. Openly. And then more recently, they try to be more vague about it. Probably because they're afraid of repercussions, of legal repercussions, if somebody should actually do it. And that's wishful thinking on their part, by the way. Used to be a time where both sides could agree that violence was wrong. Even if you disagree with what the current administration is doing, you do not encourage violence. You protest peacefully. You don't vandalize property. You don't attack their supporters. You don't threaten their supporters. None of that stuff. You don't make threats against the clergyman if you don't like that person. It used to be something that both sides agree on. It used to be something that everybody could agree on. What happened? So it doesn't make any sense that one of Kamala Harris' talking point is, I feel fear. Or the courage to say, I feel fear. Fear from what? When you guys are the one that's threatening Trump supporters. When you guys are the one calling for Trump's and Elon's assassination. When you guys are the one vandalizing Tesla property, threatening violence if Trump isn't removed from the White House. one of my recent videos. That doesn't make any sense. The second talking point I made notes that I've read that I noticed. Some ways I kind of had to paraphrase a little bit. The courage to say what is happening is wrong. Well, what exactly are you referring to? The stuff that the Trump administration is doing? What about it is wrong? Explain. And don't act like the people on your side are innocent either. Again, I just follow some of the stuff that they've been doing. I just talked about the violence that they're doing. Like, and you're over here saying that what the Trump administration is doing is wrong? And but the third talking point was the courage to say there is a way to get through this. I kind of paraphrased that a little bit. Again, what does it mean to the... Are they talking about through Trump's second term? We already... Second term, that's the key phrase. Trump already had a first term. And that was fine. Are people forgetting about that? I mean, are people so misinformed that they don't see anything? I mean, and again, what exactly are they being like? What exactly are they talking about? Get through what? And the first talking point: understanding our power in democracy while we still have it. That one is basically trying to claim that Trump is a threat to democracy. And basically, pretty much that's what they're saying. But Trump might try to take away our democracy, so we have to use what we have while we still have it. That's basically what they're saying. And that's basically what Kamala Harris was saying with this talking point. And again, I recently made a video about giving my thoughts and opinions about how some lady, I don't know who she is, she's at some kind of rally or something other, and she's giving a speech, and in her speech, one of the last things she said is, okay, she claimed that Trump is in there illegally, and one of the things she said was, if Trump isn't removed, there will be violence. While claiming that she also don't condone it. And I'm thinking, well, if you legitimately are concerned about violence and you truly don't condone it, why not speak against it? Why not encourage peaceful protest? It doesn't make any sense. Are we claiming that this is what Trump is doing? What? Look. The fifth talking point. Yeah, and number 4, one of my final thoughts. They're still Kamala's claiming that Trump is threatening their democracy when you see more of it on their side with all these attacks on Tesla stuff and vandalizing Tesla properties and all that stuff. Number 5, the fifth talking point, courage is contagious. Again, courage to do what? What exactly is courageous about this? Some of these protesters are wearing masks and try to hide their identity. Why would that be necessary if you're truly standing for what is right? Why do you need to resort to violence if you're truly standing for what is right? This right here doesn't make any sense. Number 6, Kamala Harris is claiming that that some organizations are staying quiet and not submitting to their demands and bowing down to unconstitutional threats. This is what Kamala Harris is saying. Okay, prove it. Where's the evidence of this? And again, what about all this stuff going on with Tesla? People vandalizing Tesla, claiming that they're protesting. Somebody make this make sense. So Kamala Harris made this claim. Now she's going to have to prove it. Didn't give no examples. Maybe she did not for speech. But I would imagine that if I were to look at those examples and look into it and fact check them, and I mean actually fact check them the right way, then I probably would have found that these threats, these so-called unconstitutional threats, never happened. That people have so much Trump derangement syndrome that you can just say, you can make up any negative claim about Trump with no evidence whatsoever, and people will take your word for it. And how dare you ask them to prove it? That's the kind of mindset these people have. Number 7, claiming that this is what we've been witnessing ever since Trump took office, and that it creates a sense of fear. Now I kind of paraphrased that, but that's pretty much what she said in that speech. Like all this injustice and the stuff that they're doing wrong, claiming that Trump is a threat to a democracy and everything that Trump is doing is wrong. And then number 8, she's claiming that she knew that this would happen. Like all this negative stuff they're saying about Trump. She said that she knew that this happened. And then made a joke, oh, but I'm not here to say I told you so. And then laughs it off. Yes, all this negative stuff that they're saying about Trump. She's claiming that, oh, we knew that this would happen. We tried to tell you. But again, that doesn't make any sense. There's no evidence for any of these claims. And if anybody's creating a sense of fear, it's the mainstream media spreading all this misinformation about Trump, which fear-mongers. Okay? Like they're fear-mongering with all this misinformation about Trump. That's what the sense of fear is not created by anything that Trump did. It's created by misinformation, unverified claims that the mainstream media is spreading. That's where the sense of fear is coming from. It's not anything that the Trump administration is doing. Maybe that Trump is a threat to democracy, and he's destroying the economy, and all this other stuff that they're saying about him. Yeah, that's, I made it's on my phone. Claiming that this is what we've been witnessing. No, this is what you've been hearing, or this is what the mainstream media has been saying about him for the past couple of months. But you've not been... A lot of these people, they don't even look at the other side of the coin. They don't listen to the other perspectives. All they listen to is people saying negative stuff about Trump. They don't want to hear anybody say anything positive about Trump. And there's evidence that debunks anything negative said about Trump. So yeah. See, 8 things. Yeah, so far 8 things at 8 main talking points. I think a couple of them are pretty much the same things. I just sort of rephrased in a different order. So yeah, I mean, it is hypocrisy. It is a double standard to say all of this about Trump when all of this is going on with Tesla. We've had people calling for Trump's and Elon's assassination for weeks. We've had people calling for violence against Trump supporters. We've had people threatening violence if Trump isn't removed from office. When you have people vandalizing Tesla property. And they want to say that the Trump administration is the problem. And they want the people to say that they feel afraid. Like what? How are we going to encourage violence, make all those threats, and feel afraid of the Trump administration and Trump supporters? How are you going to do that?